The story of Perseus, one of Greece's greatest heroes, begins not with glory, but with a terrible prophecy. King Acrisius of Argos learned his daughter, Danae, would bear a son who was destined to kill him. Fear turning to madness, he sealed Danae away. No mortal lock could bar a god. Zeus, enchanted by Danae's beauty, descended in a shower of golden light and impregnated her, fulfilling the first part of the prophecy. When Perseus was born, Acrisius dared not kill them outright. Instead, he locked mother and child in a wooden chest and cast them into the turbulent sea. Miraculously, the chest drifted to the island of Seriphos. They were saved by Dictys, a kind fisherman, who raised Perseus as his own son. For years they lived in peace, but Dictys's brother, King Polydectes of Seriphos, desired Danae. When Perseus grew into a protective young man, Polydectes sought to remove him. At a feast, Polydectes slyly challenged Perseus to bring him the head of the Gorgon Medusa, a task everyone knew was impossible, a death sentence for the young hero. Medusa was a nightmare, a once beautiful woman cursed by Athena, whose hair was writhing snakes and whose gaze turned any living creature instantly to stone. To succeed, Perseus needed divine help. The gods favored the hero. Hermes gave him winged sandals, and Athena gave him a polished shield. He also needed 3 essential tools from the gray: the cap of darkness, the kibisis, a special pouch, and a deadly curved sword. First, Perseus sought the gray, 3 ancient hags who shared 1 eye and 1 tooth. Hidden by the cap of darkness, Perseus snatched their eye, forcing them to reveal the nymph's location. Donning the winged sandals, Perseus embarked on a colossal flight across the land and sea to the lair of the Gorgons. The Gorgons lived in a desolate, forgotten place, littered with the petrified remains of men who had dared to challenge them. Knowing he could not look directly, Perseus approached Medusa, using Athena's polished shield as a mirror to reflect her deadly image. Guided only by the reflection, he swung the curved sword. The stroke was swift and true, severing Medusa's head, which he quickly placed into the kibisis pouch. From Medusa's neck sprang the winged horse Pegasus and the giant Chrysaor, born from her immortal blood. Medusa's 2 immortal sisters woke up, shrieking with rage, but Perseus, wearing the cap of darkness, was invisible and flew away swiftly. On his journey home, Perseus flew over the coast of Phoenicia, where he saw a beautiful maiden, Andromeda, chained to a rock as a sacrifice to a sea monster, Cetus. Her mother, Cassiopeia, had boasted she was more beautiful than the Nereids, angering Poseidon, who sent the colossal sea monster to devastate the kingdom. Perseus swooped down and engaged Cetus in a furious battle. Using his sword and wits, he dodged the monster's terrible attacks. When the moment was right, Perseus pulled Medusa's head from the pouch. One look at the Gorgon's face, and the great beast was instantly turned to stone. With Andromeda as his bride, Perseus returned to Seriphos, finding Polydectes forcing himself on Danae. Perseus exacted his final revenge. He revealed Medusa's head, turning the wicked king and his courtiers to stone. The prophecy was finally fulfilled by accident. Years later, at an athletic contest, Perseus threw a discus that swerved into the crowd, striking and killing his grandfather, Acrisius. Thus, the greatest hero of his age began with a prophecy he could never escape. Thanks so much for watching. We hope you enjoyed the video and learned a little bit more about the legends. If you did, please like, subscribe, and follow for more awesome mythology content.